Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Wednesday. It is the 25th of January 2022. Before we jump into this video, quick reminder, we will be doing a live stream tonight at 8 p.m. We will also be doing a book giveaway by Ron Foster, and we will continue to give books away until the books that Ron sent us are all gone. So that will be tonight, 8 p.m. Topic to be determined. We will figure that out as we get closer, and we will go from there. So anyway, for those of you that were wondering, obviously the approval came through. The government, the U.S. government, is sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine. Germany basically said they would not ship tanks until the U.S. committed to shipping tanks. So they have committed to sending 14 tanks from Germany, and then Poland has said that they're going to send tanks as well. So I think they're talking about 63 or 64 tanks that they're planning on sending to Ukraine. Again, the situation that is going on is not a good situation. Not a good situation at all. And while this is all happening, and there is a new situation happening over in China, and very quiet on the Chinese front. You notice that? And they're not giving numbers anymore. Not that the numbers that they were ever giving were accurate in the first place, but it is rumored that the numbers of people dying in China is a lot greater than that is being told. Can't confirm or deny that. So I'm just passing on the information that is being put out there. We are at a point in our history, and see, this is what I find interesting as well. I find this interesting, and to me, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just a progression of things, how things go. As a responsible person, right? When my ex-wife got pregnant with the twins, and we already had Josh at that point, my stepson. We made the conscious decision that was enough children, 3, because that's what we could afford. A lot of people just bang out kid after kid after kid after kid. I've seen it over and over and over again, and the children suffer. Makes it hard on the parents because they're trying to support those children. The Amish, boy, they sure do their part, right? And who's the other one? The Mormons. The Mormons do their part too. Boy, they have big families. Whew, they have big families. But it's just to me, you're seeing a lot more people make the conscious effort not to have large families because of affordability. To me, it was more important to give quality to the 3 children that we had than opposed to having a whole bunch more, and then you're dealing with hand-me-downs and all those type of things. When I grew up, it was me and my sister. I have 2 half-sisters from my dad's first marriage, and but excuse me, that's Margie. You guys have seen Margie as one of my half-sisters, and obviously you've seen Becky, and my other sister has passed away. But we were not, it was just me and Becky growing up, so we had each other. But a lot of people are choosing to have like one child, and that's then that child really doesn't have anybody unless there's other kids in the neighborhood to play with it and those type of things. It's all about responsibility, trying to do what's best for yourselves, trying to do what's best for the kids in those type of situations. But a couple things I wanted to discuss. I saw, I laughed. I always laugh at these things because it amazes me, the mindset, to be honest with you. I had somebody in the comments say, well, I'm not prepping at all because I don't want to live through a nuclear war. Well, so first of all, there's no guarantee that it's going to be a nuclear war. There's nothing that says, oh, on this date we will be having nuclear war. I would hope, that cooler heads would prevail in that type of a situation where we would not go there. because nobody wins. In a nuclear war situation, nobody wins. So I would be hopeful that that is not going to be the case, okay? But there's a whole lot of other things that could possibly happen. And, I don't live my life in fear. Uh, I'm a big believer in preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. If you don't do something to think ahead for your families, who's going to? Do you think the government's going to take care of you? If you stand in long lines with a whole bunch of other strangers, and that's just not my idea of a good time. So I've always felt that it was important, as the head of the family, as the father, to make sure that my family's going to be okay. Now, I know there's a lot of single parents out there, fathers and mothers, so you are the head of the household. It is your responsibility, realistically, to take care of your children. And so, and then when they become adults, hopefully they're good people and things work out okay. No guarantee of that either. So, to me, it's just a matter of, doing the best we can, preparing the best that we can, regardless if you are in a single family household or if you have both parents in the home, if you're splitting time with your ex, or if you have full custody and you're raising your kids by yourself. It's not an easy job, and it's a very thankless job. And so people need to realize that and, plan accordingly, obviously. And so, to me, it's just, I have had no greater honor in my life than to be a dad. I honestly, I don't understand how anybody can walk away from their children. I don't. My father did it to my sister and I, because he didn't want to pay child support, and his new wife didn't want us around, and he raised her kids. It is what it is. But as a father, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you walk away from your blood, regardless of what your relationship with the mother is. I just don't get it. I don't get mothers that walk away from their children either. Same situation. I just don't get it. I really don't. When I got to the point where I wanted to have children, and I had my children later in life, and I'm grateful of that. And I'll tell you, I've been all over this country. I've been all over the place. I've had a great time, had a lot of fun. And when I got to that point where I decided, okay, now I want to have kids. And so, I had met my ex-wife, and, and she was, definitely, it was, again, funny. She was like, well, I'm only getting pregnant one more time. And I said, well, then you're going to have twins then. And she goes, don't say that. She goes, twins run on my side of the family. And I said, well, guess what? They run on my side of the family as well. So, obviously we had the twins. But, it just, what a blessing, what a joy. And, I just, I feel very, very honored and humbled, like I said, just to be able to hopefully be a good influence on my children's life. I think they've turned out to be decent adults, and I'm really pleased with that. And, they're always going to be my children, and I'm always going to be there for them if they need me. So, anyway, just some thoughts sharing. Again, there is no telling what is going to happen, folks. But to not prepare because you think it's going to be this event. It's like me saying, okay, now, and let's be realistic, okay? Let's be realistic. Yellowstone goes off, okay? The reality, the last super volcano that went off was Toba, which was, 80,000 years ago, I think they said. That was the last time. The world population, after that eruption, went all the way down to 10,000 people. Okay, so the reality is, if Yellowstone goes off, or I should should say that when, because it's a matter of when, not if. When Yellowstone goes off again, The chances of surviving that are going to be pretty grim, really, really grim. But to me, I'm a fighter. I believe in giving it my best shot and trying to survive whatever situation is going to happen. Yellowstone event would be a horrific, horrific event, and it would affect the entire world. So if you live over in Europe and you go, oh, well, we're going to be fine, it's not going to affect us, think about all of the material that would go up into the upper atmosphere and block out the sun. We would be in a volcanic winter, and that could last for years. Think about how bad winter sucks. If you're in the Northeast and you're dealing with winter right now, and you think about how bad that sucks, think about having nothing but winter for 2 to 3 years straight. This food would not be there. Supplies would not be there. The animals would die off. It would be a really, really bad situation. So, I just believe, again, in hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. And we never know what that worst is going to be. It could be something that affects us directly or indirectly. So, anyway, guys, I am going to jump off for now because I'm just continuing to go on and on. But remember, don't give up. Don't become despondent. Do the best that you can. Put yourself in the best situation that you possibly can be. That's my advice to anybody. A little at a time or a lot at once. Whatever you're able to do, do what you can. All right? Remember, folks, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. We need to remember that. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goal is you. That's it, no one else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.